Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Meriwether County Board of Commissioners meeting, October 26, 2021 at 6 p.m. I'll call this meeting to order. If you will, please silence your cell phones and any other electronic devices. If you will, stand for the invocation and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Let us pray. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you that we have this opportunity to come together to take care of the business of the county. We thank you for each and every one that is here this evening. Dear Lord, as we go through this meeting, we ask that you guide our thoughts, our actions, our words, that we always do what is pleasing to you and then in the best interest of those who live in Meriwether County. Dear Lord, we ask that you be with everyone as they return to their homes this evening, asking that you give them a safe trip back. And we pray these things in your name. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. Next item is to adopt the agenda. We do need to add under new business item number 6, item number 7, and item number 8. Those individual items, number 6 will be to confirm letter of support for Southern Rivers Energy's broadband infrastructure grant application and allow the chair to sign. Number 7 will be allow chair to sign ACCG Group Self-Insurance Workers' Comp Fund Safety Discount Verification Form. Item number 8 will be allow chair to sign the ACCG Interlocal Risk Management Agency Safety Discount Verification Form. Hearing that, do I have a motion to adopt the agenda?
So moved.
All right, have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor? Motion carries. Next item is report from the Finance Director. I know.
You got the bank balance report in front of you. There's nothing out of the ordinary on that, so I'll just leave it there. Just wanted to make you aware that one of the previous meetings, a couple of meetings ago, you authorized us to solicit proposals for the repair or re-roofing of the courthouse. That bid solicitation went out Friday, and we've had about almost 20 responses to that. We put it on the state of Georgia procurement website, and we've gotten calls from all over the state of Georgia. Some of them pretty interesting. They seem to know what they're talking about, so we'll just wait and see on that. Excuse me. The bids are due on the 19th of November. We also got a check today from the state of Georgia. If you remember, a couple of years ago, we went through the process of a hazard mitigation plan with the state paying well, they paid 100% of the plan, but 2 years later, after it's completed, we got the check today. It's kind of, we went through the COVID thing and the government shut down from the courthouse for a long time, so we got that check, $20,000. And I think that's all I have, unless you have any questions.
Anyone have any questions? All right, thank you, Mr. Beal. Next item is citizen comment. I'm going to leave out the first 2 paragraphs about time signing up, but I'll read the next. Speakers must direct their remarks to the board and not to individual commissioners or to the audience. Personal disagreements with individual commissioners or county employees are not a matter of public concern or personal attacks, and they will not be tolerated. Speakers will be allotted 3 minutes to speak on their chosen topics as they relate to matters pertinent to the jurisdiction of the Board of Commissioners. No questions will be asked by any of the commissioners during citizens' comments. Outbursts from the audience will not be tolerated. Common courtesy and civility are expected at all times during the meeting. No speaker will be permitted to speak more than 3 minutes or more than once unless the board votes to suspend this rule. So we have 2 individuals who have signed up, and the first is Ms. Marcel Womack. Come on forward.
I know y'all just real excited to see me again. Yeah, starting to get a little bit better at my public speaking. I'm not as nervous, but
You do it enough times, it gets better.
right. I know that's the way it goes. All right, so I will be reading from my notes so I don't get sidetracked. I'd like to start off by acknowledging all of the hard work that has been done so far by our county road department, directed by Mr. Terrell Johnson, accompanied by his coworkers and employees. We're extremely excited as resurfacing of Bobcat Trail is right around the corner. Furthermore, I'd like to commend Commissioner Hines for her work in helping to design and implement the procedures in which we now must petition for road paving throughout our county. With these procedures in place, I feel we now have the same standards as other counties within Georgia. So to the entire board, our community thanks you for adopting these procedures, excuse me. I sat there and said I wouldn't get nervous, and now I'm getting all nervous again. I feel it's important to bring to your attention an incident that happened at approximately 6:30 a.m. on Friday, October 22nd, 2021. I was notified by other residents that a fire truck was stuck in the ditch on Beulah Evans, approximately 1/10 of a mile from the first Bobcat Trail and 8 feet from where the compact car ended up upside down in the ravine that was showed in the slideshow from a few months ago. This could have been disastrous had the first responding unit indeed been a water truck on their way to a house fire, as we have no fire hydrants in our community. That morning, school buses were radioed that the roads were once again impassable due to rain, and the fire truck was obstructing the roadway. I know that we can't help the rain, but we also can't help emergency situations. Those aren't going to take a day off because, it's raining. So with that being said, I humbly ask that the board put the paving of Beulah Evans to an official vote. Even though we've started with the easements, we are starting trying to get the deeds and things like that. I think it's important that we actually have it voted upon. We simply cannot afford to have our community in danger any longer. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, next person signed up is Tax Commissioner Jenkins, but she's not here, nor do I see her online. So we will go to the next item, and that is to the minutes. And there is a need for change under on line number 8. It states Chairman Hines stated. That needs to be changed to Commissioner Hines. Anyone else have any changes? Hearing none, do I have a motion to accept the minutes of October 13th, 2021, 9 a.m. regular meeting?
So moved.
I have a motion. Do I have a second? Second. Motion and a second. All in favor? Motion carries. No need for public hearing. Next item, unfinished business. Item number 1, contract renewal with Charter Spectrum for internet service. You again?
Me again. Thank you, Mr. Chair. At the last meeting, you remember that the board asked us to see if we could renegotiate with Charter and get a 3-year term instead of the 5-year. We were able to do that. And you've got in front of you, I think, that originally it was $5,610 a month for 5 years for the internet portion of the deal. 3-year contract is at $5,800, so that's less than $200 a month more to get it the 3-year term. So that we were glad to see that. The second part of it is the equipment part, and you've got a couple of sheets of paper in there. Originally, the equipment, which is the upgrades to security, cybersecurity, the firewall, and all the things that we need to do to be able to support online functions for all the departments, and I think the court clerk's coming tonight to ask for some of that as well. Originally, that was over about $220,000, but due to mostly Skip's work negotiated with it, we're able to get about $71,000 worth of credits and deducts off of that price. So it's $143,640 for that. We can do it several different ways, depending on how you want to pay for it. We can go on a 3-year term 5-year term, or just pay it up front in a lump sum contract. Now, the equipment does qualify under the American Rescue Plan, under the cybersecurity and internet portion of that. So it's our recommendation that we use the ARP funds to pay for it up front for the $143,640. $143,640. Got any other questions? Skip and I'll be glad to try to answer those.
I think it makes sense to either pay it up front or do 36 months, because we don't want to pay 2 years after a 36-month contract,
No.
if that's what we decide to do. Any commissioners have any questions?
Being the
comments?
finance person I am, I might go for the 36. That way we can get some interest on the rest of it. But it really doesn't make any difference, whatever y'all want to do.
Are you making that as a recommendation?
Recommendation, we pay up front for the equipment of $143,640. And another recommendation is to continue for 3 years with charter at the rate of $5,800 a month for the internet portion. That's actually less than what we're paying now, and we're adding 3 new sites.
Anyone have any questions for Mr. Bill or Skip?
Mr. Chair, I do have a question. At the end of those 3 years, Bill, as far as the equipment's already been installed, that's what we're paying
Yeah.
up front. Service fees, how much more would that change? I mean, it's kind of hard to say, but percentage-wise.
As far as whether the rate will go up or down, that's hard to say, Ms. Shirley. The way Skip negotiates, it may go down.
And then if we're wanting to add on additional buildings or anything like that, then we're able to look at what that looks like in a 3-year
Yeah.
period.
Yeah.
We can add as, even before the 3 years is over, we want to add a slight thing to it. It's just another contract.
Okay.
Anyone else?
Yes, I do have a question. The 3-year term with charter for the 5,610, is that per annum?
5,800 for 36 months.
5,800.
Okay,
That's a year. Yes, sir.
that's per year. Okay, that's
No,
what,
it's a month. I'm sorry, that's a month.
per month.
5,800 per month times 36 months.
Okay. That was it.
Anyone else? Thank you, Mr. Bill. Do I have a motion to accept the recommendations from Mr. Bill to pay the equipment fee of $143,640 upfront using the ARC funds, as well as a recommendation for the $5,800 monthly times 36 months?
So moved.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor? Motion carries. Item number 2, confirm action discussed in executive session during the September 28, 2021 meeting. Who's doing that? Do I do that?
It's just confirming the action that was discussed in executive session on the 20th. So we just need a motion.
To,
Make a motion to confirm it.
okay, I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Chair, you're going to need to specify what the action is.
That's what I thought.
That was the one where we thought it was not in the minutes or something.
Correct. This is the one where I think it was going to be possible, all possible raises or
Personnel.
groups of employees.
So do I have a motion to confirm the action discussed in executive session concerning raises for employees of the county?
So moved.
Have a motion. Do I have a second? Motion and a second. All in favor? Motion carries. That it? Okay. The next item, appointments. We have none. Next item, new business. Item number 1, confirm purchase of 2 2021 Ford trucks for Public Works. VIN number 1FT7W2A65MED54150 and VIN number 1FT7W2A60MED54153. I'm done. Go ahead.
Okay. If you remember a couple of weeks ago, Michelle and Mr. Gabe reached out to you guys. We had the opportunity to purchase 2 new pickup trucks for Public Works, and we were a little bit hesitant about waiting until the meeting tonight to get your approval because we were afraid we'd lose those trucks, which we had a couple of weeks earlier. So this is the act, we're asking that you can confirm the 2 purchases of those pickup trucks. Well, George is still looking for him for animal shelter, and he's got a lead on one now.
So do I have a motion to confirm purchase of those 2 trucks?
So moved.
Motion to have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor? Motion carries. Thank you. Can we help you?
I want to know what's going on. Is there room for another public person?
Well, we're,
You sure? I'm fine. All right, thank you, sir.
all right, item number 2, sorry. Permission for staff to reach out to Representative Buckner requesting her to be the Meriwether County legislative sponsor to work with the reapportionment office for redistricting.
Chairman and board, we would like to reach out to Representative Buckner to be our legislative sponsor for redistricting. This will in turn allow us to have Zoom meetings and other meetings with the reapportionment office.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
I just have a question. Meriwether County has 2 representatives that represents our area, and I understand it would take both representative once redistricting has been approved for their approval. So are we not going to reach out to both?
In the class that ACCG conducted, it just says obtain a legislative sponsor in order to work with the reapportionment office. So this is just step 1.
And she does cover 4/5 of the county.
Yeah.
Right.
Just needed
But
clarification.
yes, absolutely. But at the end, if both are needed, absolutely, we will call them both. But this is just to get the ball rolling so that we can go ahead and work with the reapportionment office.
Any other commissioners? Hearing that, do I have a motion to allow?
So moved.
Have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor? Motion carries. Item number 3, revision of solid waste ordinance, franchise fee, section 26-1187, and approval of solid waste application. I believe we need to table this until the November 23rd, 21 meeting so that we can, the nighttime meeting, so that we can get additional information. Do I have a motion to table until that time?
So moved.
Have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor? Motion carries. Item number 4, approve online e-filing for criminal documents for the clerk of court. Ms. Kai?
Good evening. Thank y'all for having me tonight, Chairman and board members. I try not to bother y'all too much. Y'all make my life easy. I appreciate all you do for the office and the courthouse. Really excited to hear that those bids are coming in for the roof.
We appreciate you making our life easy.
I keep waiting for Lady Justice to fall through the roof. Before you in your packet, there is a letter requesting initial funds for the American Rescue Plan to get the, I'm like you, I get nervous. I hate this stuff. And I don't know why. E-filing. Our office currently e-files documents for all real estate, civil, child support, plats, UCCs. The only thing we are not allowed or have the ability to e-file is for criminal e-filings. For all the other e-filing projects in the office, the cost is passed on to the filer. Criminal is a little different animal. We can't do that because you have so many indigent defendants, so you can't deny their access to the courts. So unfortunately, that burden of that e-filing, that software and that product falls on the county. As you're all aware, the post office is severely cut back on their whatever they're doing. But it's been a huge burden over the last couple months. months, and it's only getting worse. We had a trial week last week. I had mail come in this week that was mailed 3 and 4 weeks ago pertaining to that trial calendar last week. So it's become a huge burden on the courts, not having that e-filing for attorneys and for public defenders, even self-represented litigants can use it through each court. Do you have any questions?
I don't.
Just asking that y'all help me get this funded and make it available as another resource to help our courts be the best they can be.
Anyone have any questions?
Is that total cost of $5,000 annually?
Yes, if you pay it per month, they decided to give me a little discount if we paid
I
annually.
would say, it looks
so-
like we saved some if we can pay
Yes,
it annually.
yes. That was a last minute ditch. I threw it out there and they bit, and I was like, yes. So,
Any other commissioners? Hearing none, do I have a motion?
So moved.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor? Motion carries.
again, thank you for your time and all your help.
And that was to pay annually, correct?
Pay
Okay.
annually, yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kai. Item number 5, consideration of terms and conditions of the Public Safety Officials and First Responders Grant. Bill?
You might as well just stand up there.
No.
My back's hurting. As y'all are well aware of, we've got the first opportunity to apply for a grant with the state, through the state, to secure more ARP funds for first responders and 911 operators, as well as EMS and firemen, to get and volunteers too, to get $1,000 for the full-time personnel and $300 for the volunteers. So to do that, our grant is already in the system. We don't have to apply for it. But the chairman has to go in and click a few buttons and accept the terms and conditions, which state that we'll abide by the rules for submitting the grant, which we certainly do.
Is that what I clicked today?
That's, yes. But anyway, y'all need to, recommendation is to allow the chairman to click those buttons and get the grant going so we can start uploading documents to the website. And the portal opens on October 31st. But that's a Sunday, so we won't be here then.
Anyone have any questions? Hearing none, do I have a motion to allow me to click those buttons?
So moved.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor? Motion carries, thank you. Next item, item number 6, confirm letter of support for Southern Rivers Energy's broadband infrastructure grant application and allow chair to sign.
So moved.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor? Motion carries. Item number 7, allow chair to sign ACCG Group's Health Insurance Workers' Comp Fund Safety Discount Verification Form. Do I have a motion to allow the chair to sign? I have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor? Motion carries. Item number 8, allow chair to sign the ACCG Interlocal Risk Management Agency Safety Discount Verification Form. Do I have a motion to allow the chair?
So moved.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor? Motion carries. Thank you very much. Next item is report from the county administrator.
Good evening again, Chairman and Board. I just have a couple of announcements. Rosewood Lane, right outside of Woodbury, is closed due to a hazard. We're hoping to get that opened by tomorrow afternoon, if not at the latest Thursday morning. GCIP Grant is a grant that ACCG had sent information out about, and it concerns interns. And the benefit is to the intern as well as to the county. Our Human Resources Director, Valerie Chambers, sent out information to department heads and constitutional officers with all of the information. We had 3 people who showed interest. One was Chief Alan Smith, Judge Raznick, and Tax Commissioner Jenkins. So at this point, she's going to review their applications, and I'll keep you all updated with that. Is there any opposition to us moving forward with some of that? Okay, perfect. And that's all I have to report.
All right, Thank you very much. Next item is the report from county commissioners. Commissioner Hadley.
I really maybe just a couple of things. I was able to attend a meeting last night in the city of Manchester about some possible developments and some exciting things on the horizon there, and I'm sure Chairman Threadgill will speak more about that, but it was good to be a part of that. Just as far as Warm Springs goes, let me give you a date of November the 19th. That's when the candlelight weekends kick off. They'll go all the way through December the 18th. So I hope you'll put that on your calendar and make plans to visit Warm Springs during the holiday season. But everything will kick off that weekend of 19th and 20th. And was that about the trunk or treat that you're gonna do? Okay.
In Greenville. This is the one for Greenville.
Okay, well, let me mention, I know the school system is doing, through the program, the reading program, I can't remember the exact name of it, but there's gonna be a trunk or treat. Is that one 10 to 12? Is that the same one you're doing there?
This is 3 to 6.
Okay,
downtown.
all right, so on Saturday morning at Greenville Middle High School, Unity Elementary, and Manchester High School, they're gonna be sponsoring a trunk or treat from 10 to 12. So, and bring your children by. I think they're gonna coordinate some things with the reading and all, but that'll be available in 3 areas across the county. Now, I understand there's some others going on, and Commissioner Plant can talk about the other one there. That's it.
Okay, well, this one is actually being sponsored by the city of Greenville and 4 p.m. for a downtown Halloween fest. And it is Saturday from 3 to 6 in downtown Greenville. And it's got a lot of activities that will be in and around the square. And the request was for permission to use the outlet so they can broadcast, so everybody can hear from the court square, whatever. I also had another request, a little bit separately, but the request is to decorate the courthouse and around Greenville with, and this is kind of a smaller version of the country Christmas that was held, but when the country Christmas was held, we had the trees and the county had a display with the cities and all. And the request is, could we put up decorations this year? And I'd like to get some feedback from the other commissioners as well as the cities and all, and if they'd like to participate. And we have checked, the trees are in storage, and we can hopefully coordinate so we can get some decorations up by Thanksgiving or shortly thereafter for the town around the court square. I want to just give a shout out. I understand that Mount Pilgrim, they've got one side paved yesterday and they're so excited. And they were to be out today to do the other side. And I want to thank the Public Works and all. We had a request on Primrose where there were a lot of, there have been quite a few accidents. And as anyone that knows on Primrose, you've got a lot of very serious curves. So the county has come back with some chevron signs as well as speed limit signs. So I appreciate that taking place as well. And I believe there's an event on Thursday night for Hope Harbor, and it will be at Vogel Farms. And I'm looking forward to it. It's a very worthy cause, and I hope people will support, because they did not have their fundraiser last year, but Hope Harbor being in Durand is, and this is close to home, so I think it's a win-win. So encourage everybody to go out, support Hope Harbor. I believe that's it from me, and I did also attend it, and it sounds exciting for Manchester. It really does. So I'm hoping things will come to fruition.
The Christmas decorations, we probably need to get Beverly or Allison to reach out to the individual cities and see if they're still interested in doing their own tree
Right.
around the courthouse, and then go from there once we hear back. It's just my thought.
But Christmas is upon us, and just FYI, Santa's already getting some bookings.
Gotcha. Commissioner Hines.
Thank you. On November the 4th in Noonan at the Y, each year they do a Veterans Expo. It's open to the general public, even though it's in Noonan, it's open to the general public. So for our veterans here in Meriwether County, our National Guard, active duty, military. This is a great opportunity to come. They will have different vendors there providing different types of resource. So it's a very well-attended event. So if anyone like more information about it, I'll have the flyer available. It's November the 4th, which is a Thursday, and it's from 4 p.m. until 7 p.m. And it's at the Summit YMCA. The other thing I wanted to bring up, I had the opportunity to be appointed to the United Way of West Georgia's board. They serve as Troop, Herd, and Meriwether, and United Way works promote education, health, and basic needs for all the citizens. So I'm very excited to be on this board. I'm hoping that I can bring some even more support for Meriwether County. They serve Meriwether County a lot. I found out they received over 900 calls out of Meriwether County.
How many?
900. So, and this is just people calling, asking about resources, what's available and things of this nature. So they said they were able to possibly serve about 300 or 400 people. So once again, it's a great opportunity to even build a better relationship with United Way. I know at some point in time, everybody think of United Way, think of the Boys and Girls Club. That's their, I guess, star project that they do. But hopefully through this relationship, we can bring more activities here in Meriwether County. The second thing I want to bring up is I had the opportunity this past Friday to go to the Flint River Keepers annual fundraiser that was at the Big Red Oak Plantation here in Meriwether County. It was very well attended. Just great, the work that they're doing, and considering we have now got that grant to do the Flint River water trail, that's going to be an extra plus. So once again, just having them in the county was a great thing. The other thing I wanted to bring to the board's attention, this past Friday, there was a meeting with Governor Kemp. The meeting was hosted by the Black Georgia Chamber Association. And this meeting was to talk about economic development and small business. And I was asked to be on it, and like so many other elected officials who are in rural counties, to speak about the importance of economic development, that as we're growing and the state is, first to do business, we do want to look at our rural communities and their plight and the things that's needed for economic development. And this was talking around the ARPA funds. So that the ARPA, American Rescue Plan funds, to talk about how some of those fundings can be used to support some of our local small businesses as well. So that was a great meeting. I think a lot's going to come out of that as well. I know that we have made some changes in the agenda, and I would like to ask this board to allow Ms. Johnsey Rees to come up for a minute and speak. She was unaware of our new process, and I just think she has always been at these meetings. It's only during the pandemic that she wasn't able to attend with her two sisters and sometimes all three of them. So I'm asking, is it okay for the board if she comes up at this time?
I don't have any problem.
Come on up, Ms. Johnson. We'll give you 3 minutes.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. I had 3 things in mind. 2 of them was to say thank you. The first thank you is for your continued support of the Lucasville Neighborhood Service Center during the pandemic. You still sent the finances to us. We were able to reopen in July, and we're doing well, and we thank you for that. The second thank you comes from the board, remembering you sent us a sympathy card, and that was comfort to me. I appreciate it. And the third thing is to remember Leroy Robinson Road when you start your paving. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Johnson.
Thank you. Good to see you. I just have one more statement. Once again, as I was looking over the agenda, and I guess we, until citizens get here, maybe just get the word out how we've made a change in the agenda. But I still unfortunately feel that it was not the best move, but like everything, you move on and go with it. But I didn't realize that we had taken Constitution officers off the agenda as well. and I'm very disappointed that we've done that. As I stated earlier, we're here to serve. We're all elected, even our Constitution officers are elected. And I thought it was not, I just think that was not the best move as leaders of this county. So that's just my personal opinion. But once again, that's all I have. Thank you for allowing me to share my concerns.
Commissioner McCoy?
Mr. Chair, I have several things. I'm going to read the American Legion first. This is American Legion Post 186. November the 1st, 2 through 7 p.m., there's a Red Cross blood drive. You can sign up online or walk in. Of course, that's going to be welcome too. And there's also going to be a paid ad in the newspaper. The second thing the Post will have on November the 11th, of course, at 11 o'clock, there will be a Veterans Day service. Stacy Hummer will be the speaker, and she's going to be talking about rebooting recovery programs. And there'll be a 2-day class for first responders, training to assist them. We're extending the programs. And any veteran dealing with PTSD, there's going to be some training there also involved. Currently, we are losing 22 veterans a day to suicide. So I just wanted to be sure that y'all knew about what was taking place there. For my things that I did last week, I was privileged, as well as some of you, to attend the veterinarian clinic there in Woodbury, and that's going to look like a very nice facility. We were shown around, and they really were having their open house, but they have been there for some time now, and it's a very nice facility. Enjoyed that. The other thing I attended last week was Extreme Rider there in Warm Springs, and I was amazed because the staff are all female that are working there. So I said, well, this is interesting with motorcycles, but anyway, it was a good thing that we had that. So anyway, I enjoyed it. One other thing I wanted to speak to you about just briefly, broadband. We are working in more areas than one as far as broadband is concerned for the county. We've had several meetings with Diverse. We had our first with Southern Rivers yesterday, and we learned that they have plans also to bring broadband. Their schedule is about for 2023 is when they're going to try to get it out. That might move up some. And hopefully we'll also be able to meet with Upson as far as corralling all of the EMCs that are in the area. And the way it looks, we're going to probably going to have sooner or later a diversified system for the county. The EMCs are pretty much on their fiber optics is the way they operate. And just to give you an update, one of the things we're also looking at is going aerial with some of this, and we're doing that down at Lake Meriwether. I think that is a good move. We're also got it moving to go to the airport. Hopefully, we will get both those in and going by the end of this year. That's what we're planning, broadband for the airport as well as for the lake. And that's about all I have, Mr. Chair.
All right. Thank you very much. City of Manchester has hired a new full-time city manager, and he's here with us tonight. So let me introduce Mr. Mark Pulliam. Thank you for coming, being part of this tonight. So we wish you the best. If we can help you with anything, we'll be glad to do so.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. And also want to comment a little bit on the meeting last night at the President Theater in Manchester. It's a very nice presentation that they had last night. It looks like there's some pretty heavy hitters that are interested in the Manchester area. I won't go too much into it, but from what we've heard last night, there will be some expansions around the old mill there. They're not set anything, they haven't said anything in concrete yet as to what will be there. There are a couple of restaurants already set to come into Manchester. There is a new furniture store coming into Manchester. There's an art gallery that wants to come into Manchester. And some of this overall projection is talking about different streetscapes and maybe moving the main street into parallel parking, extending the curbside and allowing outdoor seating for eating and things like that too. So it was very nice to be there last night, and these are some very serious people that have done some very serious projects throughout the state and across the country. So hopefully we'll get moving on that, but I know it won't be tomorrow. I'll probably be off of this board before a lot of it is done. So anyway, thank you for that last night, and we look forward to all of that too. But that's pretty much all I have to say. We'll move to the next item, and that is report from our county attorney.
I have no report, I think that we have need for executive session, the categories are all for litigation.
All right,
Other than that, hoping to break room.
we'll get you out of here. All right, next item is the future meetings and notices. November 10th, 2021 is our regular 9 a.m. meeting. November 23rd, 2021 is our regular 6 p.m. meeting. The offices will be closed November 25th through 26th in recognition of Thanksgiving holiday. Having nothing else, do I have a motion to go into executive session?
Chairman, one
Yes.
thing.
Oh, Mr. Gay?
Gay to make the announcement about the Vietnam War Memorial that's in, he sent us the email about it.
I forgot
There may be
about
folks
that.
interested in that.
You could have stayed seated.
Friend of mine is working down in Central Hatch in Georgia, which is in Hardin County. And they're in the process of bringing it's a movable Vietnam Veterans Wall. I know many of you have been to Washington and seen that. It's a very moving display. But they're going to have it in the city of Central Hatch, which is between Franklin and Carrollton on Highway 27. It's going to be I'm going in the morning to help them lay out parking and do some things. It's going to be Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and half a day Monday. They're going to close it out. They'll bring them in, they're going to have a motorcycle brigade that's going to bring the wall in. And no charge. It's free to come and see it. It's a 5/8 replica, so it's going to be a pretty good size deal. And it's really, really good. It'll be on display. I know the Coweta school systems, for example, are bringing their history classes there, and they're going to go through American history at their location. And I'd just like to invite all you guys. We're helping out through the White Oak Golden Kiwanis with parking and other things there. And it's a good event, and comes in a timely manner with Veterans Day. And the gentleman has asked that I please extend that invitation to anybody who'd like to come. And again, no charge, no cost whatsoever. And it'll be open actually 24/7. So
Thank you. I was
okay.
going to ask you the time.
Thank y'all, appreciate it.
Thank you. All right, hearing that, do I have a motion to go into executive session for the purpose of litigation, personnel, real estate, and tax matters? Have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor? Motion carries. We are in executive session at 6:43.
We staying in here.
Yeah, we can.
Mental health program.
Do I have a motion to go back into regular session?
So moved.
Have a motion, do I have a second? You can't do it. Do I have a motion, a second?
Second.
Motion and a second, back in regular session. Motion carries. No. All right, there was action taken in executive session. Item number 1 was to extend FMLA non-paid leave per request of an employee for.
That is not FMLA.
It is not FMLA pay, non-paid leave for request of employee 6 weeks postpartum. She will return, the person will return. Motion was made by Commissioner Hadley, seconded by Commissioner Plant, and all 5 voted. We do? I thought we just had to bring the vote forward.
Vote here.
Then you don't need to vote in there.
Make the motion.
All right, have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion a second. All in favor? Motion carries. Item number 2 was to have 2 acres moved to the IDA from the county on the corner of Waddell Road and Harvey Church Road,
Harmony.
Harmony Church Road, so I can't read my own writing. Do I have a motion to approve the 2-acre transfer to IDA?
So moved.
Well, okay, motion and a second, all in favor? Abstain? All right, motion carries. Is there anything else to come before the board? Hearing none, do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor? Motion carries. We're adjourned.
7:41.